People love saying money doesn't buy happiness. But let's be honest, being stressed about not being able to pay your bills is not exactly fun either. So, what's the truth? Money does affect happiness, just not in the way most people think. Most people don't stay broke because they don't earn enough. They often stay broke because they don't understand themselves. Because how you spend money isn't a reflection of your success or your status. In fact, how you spend money is a reflection of your past. Some people buy flashy things because they once felt invisible and want to show the world they've made it. Others save obsessively because they're terrified of becoming what they used to be. Almost nobody realizes this. Your financial habits are emotional habits, not mathematical ones. Today, I want to break down the psychology of money, why we chase it, misuse it, and misunderstand it, and why real wealth and success has surprisingly very little to do with being rich. So let's get into it. So let's look at why people spend money the way they do. Money reveals who you are faster than anything else. When you see somebody drive a bright yellow Lamborghini, there's always a story behind that car. Sometimes it's passion, it's the craftsmanship, the genuine love for their engineering, but often it's compensation. A message to the world saying, I matter now, I escaped my past. Look at me, I've made it. Spending money becomes therapy, except it's the most expensive therapy on earth and usually the least effective. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't buy things to show the world who you are. You buy things to hide who you were. Okay, let's look at the great myth of success. Most of us grew up believing success is simple. Make more money and we'll become happy. It's not our fault. Parents, teachers, society all taught us this equation. But after talking to people across every income level, a pattern has become obvious to me. There are millionaires who have zero control of their time and they feel stressed and miserable. And there's people earning less than 50k a year, living a calm, fulfilled, meaningful life. So the difference isn't money. What's the difference? It's independence. Success isn't the number in your bank account. It's waking up and thinking, I have control of my day. I have control of my time. I could do what I want. That's wealth. That's success. Not the car, not the house, not the watch. Freedom. Why are we never satisfied? Here's something strange about humans. Luxury becomes normal quite quickly. The first time you fly business class, oh my God, it is absolute bliss. The second time, it's good, but not as good as the first time. The food is not as good, or the champagne is not as cold, or there's something that's a bit weird. By the time you fly business class fifth or sixth time, it is just normal. We've got used to it. What about the big house? The big house feels good. It feels nice. It's nice having space. But it's also a liability. There's a lot of maintenance to do, a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of uptake. When things break, it costs a lot to fix. The car, the fancy car, is also like this. Initially, it is a luxury to drive. It is so fun. People turn their heads. But eventually, it's just a liability. It becomes a payment. It's a way to get from A to B. It's stressful because you need to think about where you're going to park it and if somebody's going to hit it. Lifestyle is also like this. Those fancy ski holidays or keeping up with your friends on Instagram becomes an expectation, and that's when it loses its meaning, its fun. What we really should be doing is comparing ourselves to our own selves at the past and seeing how much we've grown and achieved in the past 5-10 years. But what we actually do is compare ourselves to others who have been dealt different cards to us. What's worse is sometimes we're now comparing ourselves to strangers online, people sharing beautiful highlighted moments of their lives which may not even be true. And why do we do this? We do this because it's easy, it's in our face, and our lizard brain takes over. Look at that person, they've achieved this and they're doing this. Why can't I do that? Why can't I buy that? We don't realise that maybe this is probably not a truth reflection of their life. Also, They've been dealt different cards to us. We judge our life against everyone else's highlighted reels, and no wonder we feel behind. So let's look at the truth about wealthy people. People often assume rich people have it all figured out, but actually most of them don't. I've met some extremely wealthy people living in a massive house, but they're just by themselves and they're miserable, they're lonely. And the house is just empty, a lot of empty rooms for people to impress people who never even visit. I've met kids who've grown up rich who actually feel trapped by money and success, and the pressure to live up to the family's name is heavier than being broke. Money fixes what I like to call money problem. Everything else it actually magnifies. If you're insecure, money amplifies insecurity. If you're generous, money amplifies generosity actually. If you're lost, money just gives you a faster car to drive somewhere that you don't actually need to be. So what's the actual formula for a good life? The formula that most people ignore is a good life is composed of independence plus purpose. Not your net worth, not your assets, and definitely not your income. So, what does independence mean? Independence means the freedom to be yourself, to do stuff for a purpose. And what's purpose? Purpose is something bigger than you. It could be work, it could be family, it could be doing something creative, it could be teaching, it could be building, it could be helping. It doesn't matter what your purpose is. As humans, we're built evolutionary as a species to help one another. It provides fulfillment, it provides happiness. So as long as we're helping one another in whatever way we can, it will provide fulfillment, it will provide happiness. That's why you often see people who retire early or who sell a business or who get a big inheritance or even who win the lottery often feel lost or depressed. They don't lose work, they lose meaning. Most people don't want a life of endless leisure. Although it sounds fun initially, the novelty will wear off. What most people want is meaningful work on their own terms in their own time. That's what true independence is. That's what wealth is. So remember, money is a tool, not a scorecard. The biggest financial trap is don't use money to impress people you don't even know or like. Nobody notices your watch as much as you think. Nobody thinks about the clothes you're wearing then as long as you imagine. Yeah, they may quickly glance at it, they may be impressed slightly, but that thought is probably 2-3 seconds and then it's gone. Everyone is often too busy worrying about their own lives to even think about your lives for more than 5-10 seconds. Money should serve you, not the other way around. Use it to buy flexibility. Use it to protect your time. Use it to strengthen your relationships. Use it to create memories. Use it to upgrade your life. But don't use it for your ego. And if you remember one thing, let it be this. Wealth isn't about having more. It's about needing less. You could be rich and miserable, but you can also earn an average income and feel free and fulfilled. You can look successful and feel empty, or you can have a little and feel abundant. Money does matter, but it's just a tool. Use it to build a life that feels good to live, not one that looks good from the outside. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.